It's waking so many people up to say, hold on a minute. This was a conservative activist that was murdered for having a voice. And we live in America where we have freedom of speech. Are we not allowed to have a voice anymore? That's what this is saying. You've got to look at this through a new lens here. Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to a special edition of the Transform with Angel show. It's with a heavy heart that I record my thoughts and feelings of the recent event of the shooting of Charlie Kirk. I believe my calling in life is to highlight, shine the light on, and uncover the transformation happening within our world around us, and also help you transform your world from the inside out. That has a direct impact on the quality of our exterior world. We can't change the world without first changing ourselves. I'm not sure why I have such a strong calling to transform myself. I pay attention to the transformation happening out in the world, and this is my life work. This is one of the alignments that I have seen in the parallels that I share with Charlie Kirk. He had a strong calling and followed that calling. He did not let the imposter syndrome creep in of, I don't have the education to do this. I'm not qualified to do this. I'm not good enough to do this. He felt called and he did it. Now, I do believe this is one of those events in our lifetime that is literally transforming the world. He was a transformative voice, a force of nature in his own right. And what he did from the goodness of his heart. Now, you could agree with him or not, and there are many things that I did not agree with on of his beliefs, but I admired him. I would admire his courage for speaking out and challenging people about their own beliefs. And I do that to an extent when it comes to you wanting to transform into a greater version of yourself or wanting to change something in your life. And boy, was he good at it. He held up the mirror for so many people in ways that I could only learn from him how to do that. But over the last day, since hearing the news, I have been climbing up to that penthouse suite to take that perspective. I've learned that being an observer is the most powerful place to reside in this crazy, chaotic world, is to just go to the nearest high rise and get to that penthouse suite and then look down and then have that perspective of seeing it all, how it connects together, how certain events lead to where we are today. And we can't see why Charlie Kirk got shot and killed and murdered in broad daylight in front of hundreds of people, millions now watching on the internet. But we can have a vision of the greatest outcome from all of this, which is the first step of transformation, the realized stage. So, as heartbroken as I am, I want to just shed some light on some of the notes I've been taking and thoughts I've been journaling about the past 24 hours. Because I share this with a very heavy heart. I, I am, my soul is just hurting. And, you know, I didn't know Charlie. You know, we came from the same area in Chicago, so essentially, uh, he's a Chicagoan, and I have a special bond with Chicagoans, but I mean, like millions around the world, I am just devastated, heartbroken. I'm deeply disappointed in what this world has come to, the divisiveness, the the cruelty. Charlie Kirk was a husband, a dad of 2 young children. He was a son, a young son, 31 years old. I mean, I think about my son who's 28, who's making his voice out into the world. Oh, he truly is one of the most transformative voices of our time. And he was taken from us through an act of senseless violence because someone or some group disagreed with what he had to say. He must have had some power in what he was saying to make that happen. And yet, even in the darkness, I feel something stirring. Not fear. I I choose not to have fear be the driving force in my life, and I hope you do the same. But from love and not despair, but purpose, which I think this event is stirring up a lot in many, many people. And for those of you who are not feeling it, not feeling an ounce of empathy for this man or his family, I say shame on you. When did you become so desensitized to human life? When did you change? Because it doesn't matter what his beliefs were. He was following his calling and doing what he felt he was called to do. And so many of you were calling him names and threatening his life for what he believes in because your beliefs have been altered, skewed somehow to believe this man is evil when all he talked about was Jesus, God, family, the values of this country as they were founded to be. I, I mean, here's a man that had no formal education, yet he overflowed with wisdom and knowledge, with such eloquence and conviction behind everything he said. You couldn't help but listen. Can we all speak the truth with such conviction? Or is what we're speaking merely hearsay or what we've been programmed to believe time and time again? Charlie Kirk reminded us, well, I can't speak for all of us, but I could speak for myself. He reminded me of the core values I grew up with around faith and family, truth, and, you know, just a simpler time. I remember we would not lock our doors at night. I mean, we never worried about it. We actually kept the car keys in the car, in the driveway. We never worried about it. It was just such a simpler time. It's gotten to be so violent. And he reminded us of that. He made the Constitution come alive, that these were the principles our country was founded on. It's like, oh, yes, thank you for bringing that perspective back into my life. We've gotten so distracted and bombarded with all this other bullshit of sexual identity and all. Fine, love who you want to love, be who you want to be, but should not be uh, in politics. It's ridiculous. To me, he made family life aspirational again. He made leadership feel attainable. This young guy with just ambition who wanted to start a movement and did it in a big way in a short period of time. And even if I didn't agree with everything he stood for, he taught me so much. He taught me to speak my truth, to back up my beliefs with facts, to lead with emotional intelligence, the way he would debate people and not lose his cool. It was pretty impressive right there. We all need to practice that. And really to respectfully disagree with people. If people weren't willing to see another way, he would bless them and send them on their way. And that's the only thing we can do. Instead of creating more hate and violence, if we learn to just do that and walk away. He taught me how important it is to follow a calling with love for God, the calling we've all been assigned to here on this planet, whether it be about your country, about your family, about your community, about helping others, about helping animals, whatever your calling is. We're here to do that and make a difference. From that perspective, I admired the guy. I'd watch his videos and admire the eloquence, his knowledge, his wisdom, how he could just respond so quickly and with such knowingness for someone so young. It was validating. I never finished college, and yet he reminded me that purpose doesn't require a diploma. It requires conviction. And boy, Charlie Kirk had conviction. We lost a voice, a voice of reason, but we gained millions more in his absence. This is the impact of his loss. There's so many people out there as I'm reading through social media and all these videos, and to the shooter, we didn't silence him. We amplified him. If you don't feel empathy for his loss, for this loss, I urge you to check your heart. Ask yourself, why don't I feel something for this human life? Where did this hatred come from? Are these facts true? Does it resonate in your soul to be that kind of human? And I've seen similar reactions to the attempted assassination of President Trump as well. And it's chilling. It's disturbing. This is not who we are as a humanity. What changed? Why did you change? You're good people. At some point, you have to look in the mirror and ask, am I feeding the fear that has led to this? There is a war, good versus evil. Oh, I see it clearly from that rooftop. It's out there. The good and bad fighting each other every day, and you feel you're on the good side. When we meet at that higher place is where the good resides. And I do believe good will prevail. Good is the strongest force, and good will be the outcome here. There is a call to transformation happening clearly right now. The world is transforming, and events like this accelerate that transformation. Although this was an evil act, I believe its purpose will be to serve for a better outcome. It's waking so many people up to say, hold on a minute. This was a conservative activist that was murdered for having a voice. And we live in America where we have freedom of speech. Are we not allowed to have a voice anymore? That's what this is saying. You've got to look at this through a new lens here. We cannot fear having a voice. We must not shrink in our own calling. Charlie, he followed his inner voice, his higher self, the Holy Spirit that spoke through him. That's where his conviction came from. And he did it with such courage. Now it's our turn. This is your invitation. Transform yourself first. Are you living from your highest, most authentic self? Or have you been influenced just a little bit because of what you are told you need to believe? Listen to the call of your heart. It's not violence, it's not hatred, because those things don't live there. And then follow it. Make a positive impact. Apologize to those who you need to apologize to. Come together again. Let this tragedy be the birth of a movement in itself of conscious, courageous leadership, where we're all taking responsibility of being our own leader in life, the kind of leader we want to see in the world. Charlie Kirk was I have no other way of saying it, a transformative force in the war of good versus evil. His light was extinguished way too soon. But his legacy, it will burn brighter than ever from this point forward, because he taught us a lot in the short time that he was here, in the short time that he did his work on this planet. I believe Charlie will continue his work from the other side. He's got a much greater perspective there and a far greater reach. He's just working remotely. Let this be a moment that we all rise as a humanity. And please let this be the moment you answer the calling of your heart, of your soul. Because I believe we will come out better off on the other side. God bless Charlie's family. I cannot imagine the pain and heartache that they are experiencing. And look at that baby boy and that little girl, and how unnecessary this was to deprive those beautiful children of a father, of a wonderful Christian father. God bless them and God bless you. May you continue, may you continue to work on yourselves to become a better person and not be who you think you need to be in this world, on this side or that side. It's time to fucking erase the line and come together. Enough is enough. Let's keep transforming together, because we are truly on this journey together. This is our world. It's what we make of it. It's what we make of ourselves first. Thanks for letting me vent and share my thoughts today. Sending love. Bye for now.